It can happen anytime you drive through an intersection, which you probably do dozens of times every day. And if it's an SUV hitting you from the side, the danger is even greater. The government, surprisingly, does not conduct any crash tests that measure which vehicles can protect you in that kind of accident. But somebody else has. And tonight we have an exclusive look at the results. Here's Chief Consumer Correspondent Lee Thompson with a Dateline Consumer Alert.
Charging is complete. Crash test will commence in 4 seconds.
For the first time, a new crash test simulates what happens when someone in a full-size SUV or pickup truck runs a red light or a stop sign and slams broadside into you at 31 miles an hour. The results you are about to see are frightening, but they do demonstrate the most dangerous types of crashes on the road today. According to the government, some 10,000 people a year are killed in side impact accidents.
The frontal crash is no longer the crash that produces most of the deaths. The side crash is now producing most of the deaths.
Brian O'Neill runs the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, a nonprofit research group funded by automobile insurance companies. For years, the Institute's mission has been to reduce deaths, injuries, and property damage, which in turn does save insurance companies money. In the past, manufacturers have given the Institute credit for bringing about safer car designs.
They have to pay attention. They can't ignore these kinds of tests and this kind of publicity.
The government does require all new vehicles to pass a side impact test. A rolling sled representing a typical passenger car is slammed into the side of cars and trucks at 38 miles an hour.
In the government's test, the point of impact is here, about the middle of the door. But in an effort to make its test as realistic as possible, the Institute makes sure the point of impact is here, where a full-size SUV could hit you. That's because government statistics show more than 50% of side impact deaths are caused by SUVs and pickups hitting other vehicles.
And in these crash tests, the Institute has done something else. Instead of using 2 large male crash test dummies like the government does, it uses 2 smaller ones, a female in the driver's seat.
This is the soccer mom.
This is the short soccer mom.
And a 12-year-old in the back seat.
Rear seats, when they are occupied, are more often occupied by children.
This first series of tests includes some popular small SUVs. They're bought off dealers' lots with no extra options. They all have frontal airbags as required by law. Some even come standard with side airbags, but some do not. First up, the 2003 Subaru Forester with standard side airbags. Will they make a difference?
Very early in the crash, this side impact bag that protects both the torso and the head is inflated. This is now providing a protective barrier between the dummy's head and this striking impactor here.
But there are no side airbags in the back of this SUV. Let's see how that dummy does.
This passenger would do better if there was head protection back here.
The Institute would like to see rear airbags in the Forester, but since the backseat child is not seriously hurt, it gives a rating of good, the highest of the 4 ratings. Here's the 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe. Like the Forester, it has front seat, body, and head protecting side airbags as standard equipment.
All of the injury measures to the driver in this test were good.
But the Santa Fe gets marked down slightly because the structure around the driver collapses. So it gets a rating of acceptable, just 1 level down from good. Next up, the 2003 Honda CR-V. Honda does offer it with optional side airbags, but since they're not standard, the Insurance Institute tests it without them.
The driver's head actually hit the windowsill and is probably going to cause some nasty injuries to the face, if not to the brain.
The Honda CR-V gets a marginal. There's only 1 rating lower. Jeep was the original SUV dating back to the 1940s. But in 2003, can the Jeep Wrangler's driver survive a side impact crash with no side airbags?
Multiple rib fractures may be injuries to the internal organs, such as the spleen, kidney, for example. A person could die from these kinds of injuries.
Even though the driver may be dead of internal injuries, the Insurance Institute says because the rear passenger is not hurt, the Jeep Wrangler doesn't get the lowest rating. It gets a marginal.
Find out what that could mean for you and your family.
Do you see this crash as a potentially fatal crash?
Oh, for sure. There's no question.
When Dateline continues.
Returning to our look at the lethal impact of side impact car crashes. With the widespread popularity of SUVs and pickup trucks, these kinds of collisions are becoming even more deadly. In fact, drivers are more than twice as likely to die if they're broadsided by an SUV, and nearly 4 times more likely to die if broadsided by a pickup than if they're hit by another car. And even if you're driving an SUV when you get hit, new tests show it doesn't mean you're going to make it out alive. Once again, Lee Thompson.
So far, the crash test dummies in 4 small SUVs have faced the Insurance Institute's side impact crash barrier. Some with very serious injuries, perhaps even 1 death. But there's more bad news ahead. This is the 2003 Honda Element. It's another vehicle without side airbags.
The head is not protected. The head actually contacts this door sill here. Obviously, this is not good. This is not good protection.
And here's what happens to the 12-year-old in the back seat.
So the head is vulnerable to a strike on the window. That's not good. There should be some sort of inflatable protection system here.
With serious injuries to both the child and the mom, the Honda Element goes to the bottom of the rankings. The Insurance Institute's worst rating, poor. And things are only getting worse. Here's the 2003 Land Rover Freelander. As you can see, this SUV has no side airbags.
We're looking at some significant injuries to the ribs, maybe internal organs.
Do you see this crash as a potentially fatal crash?
Oh, for sure. There's no question.
The Freelander gets a poor.
This is the Saturn Vue.
The Vue is hit without its optional side curtain airbags.
And there is no effective protection. We also have major intrusion down here, so we've got very high forces recorded on the driver's torso.
This dummy could be dead.
This dummy could be dead.
The Saturn Vue, another poor, a potential death. The next small SUV to be broadsided, the Suzuki Grand Vitara. It's also sold as the Chevy Tracker.
You can see the head going over and striking or being struck by the barrier.
Look again at what happens. Remember, that is the equivalent of a full-size SUV barreling right into the window of this Vitara.
Does this driver die?
Potentially fatal injuries.
The Grand Vitara, a poor, and another potential death. The popular Toyota RAV4 has lots of problems in this test as well.
You can see the barrier there.
Oh.
And we get head contact with the barrier.
O'Neill doubts that any driver could survive this accident. The RAV4, another poor, another potential death. The 2003 Mitsubishi Outlander doesn't have side impact airbags either, and its small female dummy gets hit hard.
This dummy's head has just been hit by a 3,000-pound barrier.
And
A direct hit.
A direct hit on the head.
O'Neill says there is no way anyone could live through this. The Mitsubishi Outlander, another poor, another potential death.
This is the Ford Escape.
The Escape does offer optional side impact airbags, but this one does not have them.
This head actually left a dent in the barrier.
The Escape gets a poor, another potential death. But Ford also wants the Institute to test its Escape with the optional $310 airbag with head protection. Ford pays for this test.
This combination torso head airbag up very quickly, protecting this driver's head. Makes a very big difference in this crash.
The escape goes from the worst, poor, to the best, good, for just $310.
A life and death decision for people when they buy the Ford Escape.
Absolutely.
The results of round one of the Insurance Institute side impact crash test include 2 good performers, 1 acceptable, 2 marginals, and 7 poors. Some of the SUVs that get a poor rating here were also side tested by the government, which gave them its highest rating, 5 stars. O'Neill says his test shows they're not safe enough.
It's not a good story to tell at the moment, is it?
It's a beginning story. It will be a good story 5 years from now. So it's going to take some time. Manufacturers can design vehicles to do well in this test. Subaru has done it.
All of the SUV makers declined an on-camera interview, but did send letters to Dateline. Some say their vehicles pass all federal safety standards. Others say their SUVs are safe and reliable in everyday driving conditions. Some say they're reviewing the Institute's data to see if they can further improve vehicle safety. Mitsubishi claims the Institute's side impact test has not been adopted by any automotive manufacturer or government entity. But one car company, General Motors, says it has added this test to all of its vehicles, not just SUVs. In the past, Insurance Institute tests have changed the way vehicles were designed. They've made it easier for people to survive a real crash like this. The Institute hopes these side impact tests will motivate manufacturers to install side airbags with head protection in both the front seat and back seat of all their vehicles.
Why can't all car makers do it?
They can, and they should, and they will.
To find out which cars, trucks, and SUVs do offer side airbags with head protection, log on to our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com.